Hey there. So today I'm going to show you how to make negative sentences in the past tense. And I'm going to show you how to make questions in the past tense. They're a little similar, so I put them together into one video. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do today is I'm going to explain to you how to do this. You see, in the past, I taught you the positive past tense. And all we had to do was just add ed all the time, and that was easy, no problem. Well, guess what? Negative, not so much. We need to change a little bit. And to do that, we need something called a helping verb. Because sometimes we need another word in there to help us make the past tense. And it's like another verb. It's not just any word, but it's another verb that helps you. And then you can add that other verb that you really wanted to talk about, like over here. So we have I, you, we, they, he, she, it. And for the negative, we use this helping word called did. And it's negative, right? So we need to put a negative word in there, like, as you can see, not. Or an apostrophe T, as you know, because it can be he, I, you, we, they, he, she, it. Didn't instead of did not. And then simply we add this verb over there. So you had I worked. Well, now we have I did not work. No ed, none of that stuff, because this right here tells you you're in the past tense. So you don't need to have ed. This tells you it's past tense. And this tells you it's no. So I didn't work, or you did not work. You can do whatever you want. Now, let's try some of these examples down here. Insert the correct form below. They blank to school yesterday. Now, if you remember, is this a regular or irregular verb? Does the word change when it goes into the past very differently? You should say yes. If you look at other sheets or other sheets that I've given you, if you remember from your English, go in the past tense becomes went. But when we make the negative, we don't need that. We just need the present tense. So they did not go to school yesterday. We don't use the past tense, we use the present tense, just as you saw over here. Let's continue. She blank me my money. So what do? We need to use the helping verb. What is that? Ding, ding, ding. Did. So I'm going to write she didn't, because that means did not. And what's the verb? Give. So you don't want she didn't gave. It is not she didn't gave. It is she didn't give me my money. I take the present tense and I put it there. You only need to make the first word in the past tense. So they did not go, they didn't go, she did not give, she didn't give. You don't need to tell me twice, 2 times, that it was in the past. Not for this tense. So, I blank the right answer. And the verb is got. Why don't you try this time? So, I blank the right answer. First step, you need to have the helping verb. So I did. Is it positive or negative? Well, these examples are all negative, so I'm going to put an apostrophe T. I didn't. What's the verb? Oh yeah, get. So the sentence reads, I didn't get the right answer. Or you can write, I did not get the right answer. Okay, let's do the next part now with questions. Alright, So for this part, I showed you how to do present tense questions. Hopefully in the past you might have watched my video on how to do present tense questions. And that's with do or does. And it's I, you, he, she, it, we, or they, as you remember in the past. And then you just add the verb. Do, go, no, work. So, do I go? Do you work? Does she go to school? Do they know the right answer? Things like that. That's present tense questions. And what you'll see is past tense questions are really similar. Let me show you how hard they are. Now, what's the past? We're doing past tense, right? What's the past tense of do and does? Think for a second. What you should be thinking is, oh yeah, it's did. So did I, did you, did he, did she, did it, did we, did they? Because in the past tense, it's all the same word. It doesn't change, unlike do and does. And if you remember from up above, you only need to make the first word. First word goes in the past tense. Only this one. So what do you think this stuff's going to be? Oh yeah, same thing. So you're going to have, did I do it? Did you go to school yesterday? Did you know that the teacher was absent? And, hey, did they work last summer? That's how you make them. It's not too complicated. You change one word to go into the past tense to ask a question. What I needed to do is I needed to show you that it's really similar to the present tense. Now let's make some questions down here below. Down here we'll do some questions together. Here are the directions. Let's do some examples together. Insert the correct form below. First answer, Juan asked a question. Now you can write this over here. I'm going to write it over here. So Juan asked a question. Let's make this question now. Past tense. So what's the helping word I need? You should be thinking did. So did. Who's the person here? Is it I, you, he, she, it, we, they? You should be thinking Juan is that. So did Juan. And now what's the present tense word here that we need to put in? As you can see here, this is not present tense, this is past tense. It's got an ed sitting there, asked. So we're going to do, did Juan ask a question? Bada bing, bada boom. Don't forget your question signs, that's really important. Over here. Next up, they gave me homework. Let's make a question with it. What's the helping word again? Think. Alright, so your helping word once again is ding, 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 did. So, did. What's the subject? I, you, he, she, it, we, or they. You should be thinking they. It's not capitalized because you know that it's not the first word in the sentence. What's the present tense of this word here? Gave. You can look at your notes if you want, but what do you think it is? You should be thinking gave is really give. And let's finish it up. Did they give me homework? Question mark. With my horrible question marks. I'm sure you guys could write a lot better question marks than me, even though I was born speaking English. Anyway, so, did they give me homework? Good job. Let's do the last one now. A little bit more of you, a little less of me. I went to school yesterday. Let's make the question. What's the first word you start out with? Should say did. Now what's the next thing we do? Am I looking for the subject? I, you, he, she, it, we, or they? Or do I want the verb? You should say subject. What's the subject here? I. So we're going to do this. We're going to stay with I. So did I? Or you could say did you here, because it's the answer. What's the past tense of the verb now? Went? What's that word in the present tense? You should say go. And let's finish it up. To school. Oops. Yesterday. Alright, so there you go. Those are your three questions that you just made by using the answers right around here.
Well, I hoped you enjoyed the video. As you can see, you need to use the word did. It's not so bad. But don't forget that it's really the first word is in the past tense. The other words aren't.
I'll see you